KRON4 is focusing on transit this week because for a lot of people, commuting to work, there's lots of different options. So today we're going to take a closer look at the San Francisco Bay Ferry option. So we're joined now by the SF Bay Ferry Executive Director, Seamus Murphy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you took the ferry to work today, I take it?
I did, yes.
And how would you describe your commute? What's that like?
Well, we think it's the best commute in the Bay Area, maybe in the country. Our customers think that too. We have the highest customer satisfaction rating of any transit system in the country, so we're real proud of that. We're trying to do what we can to make it better, and to keep it where it is.
Okay, so there's several, we were trying to talk about this a little bit before, but I wanted to sort of learn about like the future of the ferry system. There's a hydrogen ferry. You use right now diesel, gas, right? And then there's a hydrogen ferry that's part of the fleet now, and then electric ferries are coming. How is this transition working? How will that make things different for commuters?
First of all, it's really important that we do it. We have some really important air quality regulations in California that we need to comply with. Our efforts are a big part of that. We're the cleanest ferry system in the country today. We do operate all diesel ferries today, but we want to go zero emission. The rest of the world is moving in that direction. We're kind of far behind in the U.S. the rest of the world when it comes to maritime transition to zero emission propulsion. And so we did partner with our friends at Switch Maritime to lease and operate a hydrogen ferry, the first in the world to operate a passenger-only hydrogen ferry. It ran on the San Francisco waterfront here, attracted a lot of great attention. We demonstrated that it can be done. Hydrogen fuel has some drawbacks from a supply chain standpoint that need to be addressed. And we're moving forward with battery electric ferries in the near term because we've seen those work around the world in other countries. We know that batteries can be used effectively to operate zero emission service, especially on shorter distance routes. So we're building 5 new battery electric ferries, and the first will be here in a couple years.
Yeah, they'll be here by 2027. How will that change like the price of tickets for someone trying to ride or even parking at one of the lots? And will it change, the bounce there on the boat?
No, it shouldn't change anything, and that was kind of our point of view going into this. Is we have to maintain that 98% customer satisfaction rating, even if we're going zero emission. So no trade-offs, no compromises. We need to either have these ferries operate at the same frequency or better frequencies. That means they need to travel as fast as our diesel ferries do, and we know we can do that based on what's been done around the world. So we're trying to replicate that and even improve on it.
And ticket prices would stay the same. It's about $5 depending on when people go, where they're coming from, how long the commute is, which is less than a toll bridge, really anywhere.
Less than driving, for sure. We want to stay aligned with other transit modes operating in the same corridors that we do, like BART, like express buses. We want people to be able to take the ferry if that's the option that works best for them without worrying about cost.
When BART had some issues last week, how did that impact the ferry? Did you see an increase in ridership? Does that then translate into more people saying, you know what, it's nice out here on the water? We
did. We saw about a 70% increase in ridership when BART went down. I think that was a big wake-up call for the Bay Area. It should be, because BART is in a position where they need new revenue to be able to maintain their service. And we have to make sure that BART survives this crisis that they're in. This was a reminder that we don't have enough capacity on our system to accommodate every BART rider. They're a much bigger system than we are. Yes, when people take the ferry, they tend to stick around as ferry riders because the experience is unique. We think it is the best way to cross the bay, but we need BART. We need all of our transit options available and operating to support our needs in the Bay Area.
One of the things that's unique about the ferry service is you have a bar. Is that on all of the ferries that people can get like a coffee in the morning? Get a glass of wine on their commute home? I mean, you can't do that if you're driving, for sure.
You can't do that if you're driving. There's not many other transit modes that have that, so we do lean into that amenity as something that's unique to the service. Yeah, we do have a bar on every vessel, open in the morning for coffee, of course, happy hour. We've had some ferry-themed craft brews delivered for us in the past as part of our Brews with Views marketing and promotion effort. And Views, that's another amenity. You can't get Views anywhere else on a transit system like you can on the ferry.
I mean, it kind of reminds you like why you like living here. If you get to like see the Golden Gate Bridge, not driving on it, but commuting past it and seeing all the cars stuck on there, it's really lovely.
That's right. You even see whales out there.
Oh, there you go. You got to watch out for those. If someone gets seasick, is the ferry not a good option for them?
You know, I would say try it. I don't think we don't have a lot of complaints from people about seasickness. They're traveling fast enough that they're pretty stable. Usually seasickness happens at slower speeds, so we're going 25 to 40 knots on our system. And
I was just curious about that. For someone who maybe is now thinking, you know what, maybe I'll try the ferry this week instead of driving, how would you convince them that this is the way to commute in the Bay Area?
Well, we're competitive travel time-wise with any other option that they're going to have, driving or any other transit mode. So if you can enjoy yourself and get a taste of the best transit system, we think, in the country, and not compromise when it comes to the time it takes you to make that commute or the cost, it's even going to be less expensive than a lot of your other options, then what's not to like? You might as well try it, see if it works. And most people who do end up being repeat customers, so we're very happy about that.
Well, I'm so glad you could join us during our transit week to talk about the Bay Ferry. We do have one of our reporters was on the morning commute, and he got that kind of cool tour to see like what actually goes on to make these ferries run. And then we have one of our reporters going on the evening commute to see what it's like and letting people get home. So I'm so glad you could join us, Seamus.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you. And we still have a lot more ahead here on KRON4 during our transit week, because each day we're going to highlight